Hey y'all, I'm back here to do another reading for you. I've been trying to get this message out for a few days. I haven't had time. I have a crazy life. I'm always busy. I don't know how or why, but that's how it goes. I'm sure most of your lives are like that too. So, I have a low battery, it just said. I knew that before I turned this message on, but I figured I better get it out there or else I'd never do it. So, I plug it in to upload it before I go to bed. So, anyways, I have quite a few messages over the last few days that I've been channeling, and one important message that I have to talk about is a silver fox. I don't know who this could be pertinent to, but where I live, we just recently had a silver fox that they said was rabid. They said that they euthanized it in the article in the newspaper. It happened right out front of my friend's house. 8 SWAT members pulled up and fired 8 shots at this fox. So euthanized, if that's how we euthanize things now, we fire like many shots at it. I don't know. It's just weird. I felt like I had to get on here and tell someone that story because like what happened versus what they put in the paper was completely different. So that might be for somebody. Somebody may have had an article written about them that was not true. That might be pertinent to some people. Some other messages. Someone's throat chakra might be what's the word I'm looking for? Phlegmy. That's a weird word, phlegmy. Someone's throat chakra might be like phlegmy and like they can't cough it up, but like it's still dry. I don't know, I was a nurse. So all kinds of crazy things are possible. So, yesterday was Valentine's Day. I hope y'all had a good Valentine's Day. I'm not complaining. So the other day I was at work and I was channeling all these songs and I decided to write them down. Some of them I wrote down a verse that might be pertinent to some people. I thought about getting on here earlier, like, and just giving you the songs versus the message. But the song list is of oldies, the golden oldies, okay? The first song I have is Mary Wells, My Guy. And the actual lyric I have written is, nothing you can do can tear me away from you. You're my guy, my guy. Second song, Frankie Ford, Time After Time. There's another lady that wrote that. Can't remember off the top of my head. If you look and you will find me. Time after time. Cyndi Lauper. That might be significant to somebody. The next, you know, it's funny that My Guy song reminds me of a friend, and his friend used to say, oh yeah, that's my guy. That's my guy. My guy. Oh, is it? Okay. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. So anyways, the second song is Frankie Ford, Time After Time, or called Sea Cruise. And the lyrics I wrote down are feel like jumping, baby, you won't join me, please. I wish I could play these songs for you. They're really, really, really good old time songs. But I'm pretty sure, like, I'm not allowed. So I wrote them down. The next one is The Supremes, You Can't Hurry Love. And the lyrics I wrote down was, for that soft voice, talk to me. For some tender arms to hold me tight. You just have to want to trust and give it time. And again, that's The Supremes and You Can't Hurry Love. And then the next one is Stevie Wonder, Uptight. Uptight. I can't think of how the rest of the lyrics go. I didn't write that one down. You know, I actually have to work at work some days, even though I consider hanging out with my friends. I still have to tend to my friends. Someone might have to tend to a lot of their friends. They might have, like, not so much equilibrium or balance when it comes to their friends. Some might be putting in more work than others. That might be happening in the workplace as well. And that's why someone might be uptight. Stevie Wonder. Uptight. Look it up. It's a good song. The next one is Marvin Gaye. How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. I know a lot of you know that song. And again, this is Valentine's Day. So, someone would be channeling these songs to you. Which reminds me, I don't know what brought this up, but in my head, Sweetie, I love her. Bad bitches. A whole lot of us. I'm one of them. And so is she. Anyways, Sonny and Cher, Valentine's Day. Probably not many of you know this, but Cher and Sweetie, like this, like this, like this. I think that's a song. Can't think of it. If I do, I'll tell you in the next one. That was a side note. Sweetie and Cher are friends. The next song I have is Eddie Cochran, Summertime Blues. And I can't even think of how that one goes off the top of my head, and I didn't write anything for a lyric for that one. The next one is The Contours. Do You Love Me? This song specifically is very interesting to me. I wouldn't know exactly where to start with it, but I went on a trip across the country. I lived in Tucson, Arizona for a year. Loved it by myself. It was like the best and worst time of my life because my kids weren't with me, so I cried and I missed them all the time, but it was the best time of my life. I got to relax and lay by a pool every day and lived in this like luxury place in this beautiful pool, and Miss Marguerite, who I heard every day, was just so sweet. And I miss Tucson in the sun, and I'd get in the hot tub in like 120 degree weather, and the hot tub would be like 120 degrees and it would be outside, and most people are like, what, 120 degree weather and 120 degree hot tub outside? Yep, right up my alley. Oh my God, I was in a hot tub like that, and everyone in Tucson is looking mighty fine, just so you know. That's a side note. If you ever visit there, not too many. And please don't be offended by this, because I've been big, I've been little, I've been, you know, from head to toe, there's been something wrong. But there's not too many people that are overweight in Tucson. Everyone's pretty much, for the most part, in good shape. And if they're not, they stay in the AC and really don't come out. So the people that do come outside are usually half naked. That sounds terrible, but like, if people are outside in Tucson, Arizona, they look good. Anyways, I took this trip across the country. Loved it. Best time of my life. Went to California first, okay? Got my iPhone downloaded at the Apple store all the way Carlsbad, California. Something changed. Don't know what it was. When I got to my apartment in Tucson, some people might call it a different timeline, if you will. That was one of the songs that came up, The Contours. It was very different. It was robotics that came up on the screen with the frog head. This is so crazy. Dancing around, like now they have those Boston robotics, but this was like quite a few years ago. Let's just say I was not ready for that one. So anyways, The Contours. Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Now that I can dance. Watch me now. Work the work. I can work it out, baby. Work the work. Yeah. So I saw some like new technology robotic shit going on to that song, which you could probably look up nowadays. And it's probably free for everybody to see. But I wasn't ready for that. So, next song. The Monkees. To Follow. I'm a believer, I'll never leave her if I tried. I'm a believer. And I'm going to keep it real with you. When I went to Tucson by myself, I became a believer of many things. My roommate, who was like my child, she told me about space stations. Don't know about space stations. I'm like from Pennsylvania, Amish country. Nope. I'm like, what's that in the sky? She's like, oh, that's a space station. I'm like, what? It's a space station. I was like, now I knew I saw some weird things on the way here and stuff like that. And all this, solar panel, silly stuff and all these, fans and windmills and military planes I've never seen before, just landing in the middle of them. But, now we just have visible space stations. I saw all kinds of things in the Arizona sky. Yes. Not to be scared of, just to be aware of. Not to be scared of, just to be aware of. Okay? Something I need most of you to know. I'm going to say it one more time. Not to be scared of, but to be aware of. I used to have this conversation with one of my friends who was very intuitive, very spiritual, and, people would say that he was, having an episode or whatever, and he did have episodes, don't get me wrong. It's not that he didn't. What I'm saying is, I used to always tell him, there's a difference between being paranoid and being aware of your surroundings. And with that being said, sometimes there can be a fine line. But a lot of people can't decipher from that. being paranoid versus being very aware of your surroundings. I'm not sure why that's coming up, but for someone that might be pertinent. A lot of times this guy was completely aware of his surroundings and very spiritual, intuitive, could sense things, and a lot of times his best friend, who he had his 3 children too, you know, would look at it differently, but you know, she was very discerning for herself. But me and him always had that conversation, and that might be necessary for someone. Someone might think that somebody else is being, you know, paranoid, or maybe, you know, they are just being aware and the other person's not looking into it. Maybe that person that's calling that other person paranoid, maybe they should look into the actual thing that they're being heightenedly aware about. It's just something to look into before you automatically think that they're crazy. I don't know where that's coming from. It'll make sense to somebody. I'm a believer, I never leave her if I try. Speaking of Shrek, that song I think is on there. And that actual video kind of reminds me of this guy I was talking about. I used to joke around with him about how about how we were the dragon and the donkey, because they're just so opposites. And yeah, and then the dragon and the donkey went to have babies, but yeah, nothing like that occurred. But oh, he was a character. I loved him to death. He was so much fun to be around. He cracked me up all the time, but he also drove me crazy too, just as much as he made me laugh. So here, the next one is Sonny and Cher, I Got You, Babe. I'm sure everyone knows that song. It's very, very popular. And like I was talking about earlier, and Cher had actually given quite a few of her outfits, or attire, whatever you want to call it, glitz glam outfits to Sweetie. You know, I feel like we should ask them to see those. Does someone have one of those things up above their kitchen with like all the pots and pans? I forget what they call those. It's like at the top of your kitchen, and it's like this, and they're all hanging. Does somebody have that? And somebody in the family's always like running into it, accidentally hitting it, their head, they're just clumsy. That might be significant for someone. If you do have that problem, tell them not to get so close. Tell them just to sit down at the table and you'll take care of it for them. And then, if you can try, perhaps maybe find a different place for the pots and pans so they're not hanging above their head. I have a feeling that this person might do it a lot, and it might make you mad. So it might be better for both of you to move the pots and pans. Just saying, it's just a thought. Nobody has to do it. I'm just saying. Okay, just a thought. Okay, so I don't run into it anymore. Anyways, I just made this the other day. It's so cute. I love it. I don't know if you can see it. And this is a key here. And I just think it's so interesting because keys have been significant recently in my life. Very significant. This isn't even supposed to go like this. So that's how I started. Before, they were readjusting something, and that's how the pots got discombobulated, and then you got mad because one fell off, and then it was loud, and they make the baby up or the dog, and then the dog started barking, and everyone, and then it's a thing. So maybe you should just start moving that stuff if you want to get along. Just a thought. I don't want to just, maybe someone's mentioned that to you, and might make everyone get along a little bit better if they weren't above people's heads. Just saying. Until maybe the kids get older. Or the, dogs don't bark as much. I don't know. Just, everyone's gotta, see eye to eye. It's a hard one for me too sometimes with relationships in my life. Anyways, keys have been significant in my life recently. Very significant. I started writing music. I have written multiple songs. Like, I'm talking probably 2 albums, probably 25 to 40 songs when I was with this guy for a year. And his girlfriend's name was Key, or baby mom. He was with her for like 18 years as long as I was with my husband. They have 3 kids together. Her name was Key. So I heard Key all the time. And very great lady. How she put up with him for that many years, I will never know. God bless her. God love her. Anyways, keys were significant in our relationship. I always had a key to his house, and it was always a thing. With that being said, this key is big. When I got my first office, there were keys this big, 3 of them, on the coffee table, or if you will, table in front of the TV. Wasn't necessarily a coffee table, but 3 big keys. And this key I've had for a while. And I got it from an estate sale, and I just love it. It's great. It's really big. Like, really big. You could clunk someone over the head with it. Like, it's that big. And it's heavy. I live in Pennsylvania, y'all. So, like, we got the real deal old school stuff here. So, with that being said, we also have some fun, fantastic, hidden shit here, too. It's a wine bottle opener. How badass is that? Is somebody going to open up a bottle of wine because they got a new key to a house? Congratulations. A house in the middle of the street. A house. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. That's madness. A house in the middle of the street, a house. Dun, 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 dun. You know what other song's coming to my head about this key? And the popping bottles in the ice, sipping scissor. That song where it's like, can't even think of who sings it, but he's like, something about, this is our house, we can turn up the music. Welcome to our house. Welcome to our house. That's not the right beat, but it's like, welcome to our house. I'd have to look that up. I probably should right now. But if you know what I'm talking about, it's like, I don't know, but maybe welcome to our house. Here you go. Come on in. Let's have a good time. Let's pop some bottles on the ice. Sipping scissor. Getting right. Ice. Oh. Someone floating in the pool. Drinking. Sounds like a good time to me. You got a new pool? That'd be nice. to the song. The next song is James Brown and Famous Flames, I Got You. I was singing right along to the song at the moment when I wrote it down. Moment right now, couldn't tell you. Sam Cooke. What a wonderful world this would be. I know you guys know that song. My boyfriend's back and na 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 na. Hey now, my boyfriend's back. I was getting a lot of intuitive messages to that. There was a movie that they made about a guy coming back from the dead about their boyfriend years ago in like the 80s. Like the Zennials would remember that. Like the 10 years, like the 74s to 84s or something. I can't remember. 85s. The Zennials, because they don't know where to classify us because, you know, we saw the rotary phone and we saw the launch of the first iPhone, and now we have multiple timelines going on. I don't know. I grew up on a farm. Where I grew up, there wasn't too much going on but farm animals. Like bah, and roosters and cows and clucking and sucking. And I'm not talking about that kind of sucking. I'm talking about, like, you know, the animals were always milking. So we were picking raspberries and getting beetles out of the garden. So that rotary phone was pretty obsolete. We had it, but it wasn't for really anything, because who were we gonna call? We didn't call the Ghostbusters back then, and our family was all right there. We all lived right around there. Sometimes we'd use it to call and say, hey, bring a stick of butter when you come down the road. And that was very few and far between, because, you know, on a farm you usually have everything you need. So Zennials, look it up. It's so funny. I sent it to my friend and she's like, oh my God, I watched that video a few days ago. I was like, oh my God, isn't it like the truth? Like, y'all don't know where to fit in. Like, you like the old people and you like the new people, but like, you don't like the old and the new people. You don't like the old and the new people because they can't really be old and new together, and you're like stuck in the middle. There's like a song to that. I can't remember what that song is. Stuck in the middle with you. Might be significant. I just got the song too right now in my head. Ah, push it. Push it real good. Ah, push it. That might be significant to somebody. Someone might be pushing your buttons. Yeah, real bad. And you might just have had it with them. I don't blame you. I don't even think, I was going to get on here real quick, give you this message. I'm not even going to get into the cards. We're 28 minutes and I have to work 12 hours tomorrow start to finish. I love my job, but I got to be there. So, with that being said, let me finish these few songs up. Yeah, my boyfriend's back. So anyways, the lyric that I wrote for that, which is very interesting. I had a very interesting Valentine's Day, very much so. I liked it a lot. I had a great time. So, my boyfriend's back by the angels, and then I have an Om sign written after that. That's like the yoga sign, like Om. And then I hear the bells, the gong, 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 gong. Someone might be very zen because their boyfriend's back and they're like excited as can be about it. That might be for somebody. Have you been waiting for him to come back? And they're here or what? I wasn't waiting for anyone to come back. Lindsay. Lindsay and Lindsay. That's who I was waiting to come back to myself. Or was it Lindsay? If you know, you know. So the next song is, so what I wrote down the lyrics for that one is, he went away and you hung around and bothered me every night. And as I wrote that, it was 1:11 and a horn honked. So apparently he went away and you hung around and bothered me every night. I don't know who that's for. I'd stop bothering them, especially if you're getting "yeah, mean" from somewhere else. The next song was Little Eva, Locomotion. Do the locomotion with me. You gotta swing your hips now. Come on, baby. Da-na-na-na. I guess I should have looked these up. Jump up, jump back. Nah, I was really just, this is impromptu. Like, I was getting the messages the other day at work. And I've had a weekend in between. I know there was more messages that came at the time. I'm sorry I couldn't get on camera at the time. I'm doing my best from where we're at here. So, the next song is Frank Wilson, Last Kiss. Someone have something they want to tell someone at work? Do they have a crush on someone at work? And you want to share a key to their house? My son said to me today, he said, "Mom, I've never met a woman that had so many keys to men's houses." And I said, "Well, son, the only key to the house that I wanted, I never got." And he knows which man that was. So that might be significant. Do you always get what you want, but now you have someone at work and you want to share a key? This might not even be a house key. Is it another key at work? Or do you want lock and key? You know what I mean? Hey, just remember, we're at work here, people. And you know, some keys are only meant for houses, not jobs. So maybe that's where I'm going with the house thing instead of work. Would you like to lay your key on their lap? Anyways, the song. I'm going to listen to it actually, this one specifically, when I get off of here. And I swing my hips now. Come on, baby. Jump up and jump back. Paisley flowers might be significant to somebody. I've never seen paisley flowers ever in my life until today. And boy, oh boy, were they gorgeous. Gorgeous blue paisley flowers held by the one and only Snoop Doggy Dogg. Check them out if you like paisley and you like Snoop Doggy Dogg and you need a key to somebody's house. I love this man. I have a key to his house. I love him so much. Like, I have loved him for years and 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 years. I think he loves me too, to be honest. I mean, he tells me every time I leave, and we don't see each other that often, but when we do, we have a great time. I always joke around with him that, you know, we have to stay friends because I love him that much and I'd never not want to be his friend. So, yeah. I got to see him today. It's been a long time. I was so happy about it. He's so pretty. I know, right? He's a man. He's just so pretty. I just love him so much. Oh my gosh. It's probably because I've known him for years. So anyways, Frank Wilson, Last Kiss. Are you going to work with this person? Maybe you don't work with them yet, but you want to work with them and not like at an... That was interesting. Anyone else see that? The... Super interesting. Do you want to work independently with them? Like you two do something together? Like work together for business, like have your own business together instead of like at a, like, you know, traditional job. And it's like, you know, you two could make this work financially, like successfully, like, you know, you could actually have a business together, but like you don't want to ruin anything between you two, so you just, you know, keep it where it's at. This man asked me to have his baby years ago. And I said no because I just loved him that much. But I would have. But I just loved him that much. And I just, our relationship's just so easy. And like he said, he always says, he's like, I never ever in the 10 years we've known each other had any drama from you. And I feel the same way about him. And I just love him to pieces. I don't know why I feel like I'm just like so inclined to tell you this. When I saw him today and I got in my car, he was like, I love you. My heart melted. I know he loves me and I love him too, but just to hear it, you know, especially, you know what I mean. My boyfriend's back and I'm gonna get horny. Hey now, your boyfriend's back. Behave yourself. Your other Gemini self, sister. Or brother, for that matter. You never know the wild card. Mr. Donald Trump is a Gemini. Someone a Gemini and a Libra. Hey. They balance each other out. Scales balance the twins. Oh, and by the way, my ex-husband approves of him. The next song is The Beach Boys, California Girls. I wish they all could be Californian. I wish they all could be Californian girls. Someone wished their girl was more like a Californian girl. But they're just not. They're just not that. They're just not a Californian girl. But you want them to be. But they just can't be a Californian girl because they just don't have it in them. It's just not in their DNA. Don't tell them that. They watch me I wish they all could be Californian. I wish they all could be Californian girls. But they can't. So, you either stick with the Californian girls or you go back home where you came from. And what about it? The last song I have for you, and I'm going to leave it here. I did not plan on going on for 48 minutes. I thought I was going to do like 4 to 8 minutes. Petula Clark, Downtown. I was jamming out to that one too. Can't think of it for the life of me right now, but oh, I remember I was jamming out at work. Oh, to that downtown song talking about I'm about to go downtown. It's the weekend. I got off and I went downtown and I had a blast. It's still lasting, if you can tell. Thank you to the man that made me so happy. I love you.